All right. How to pass your A plus certification with ease, and also completely free. Let's just dive into it already. First thing that I did was I went to the Comptia website and I downloaded the exam objectives. This will be the most important thing, completely free. And it's also what Professor Messer bases his videos off of. So here, let me show you. So, first thing you want to do is go into Comptia, the website, go to certifications up here, and then from there you're going to press A plus Core 1 and 2, scroll down, put in your email. Once you do that, you can download exam objectives. I would download both Core 1 and Core 2 since you're going to have to complete both of those tests to pass. Um, both tests are going to be about 70 to 90 questions. Both of mine were around the 75 mark. Around 3 to 5 personal based questions. Pretty much just going to be like actual physical stuff rather than multiple choice. It's only going to be multiple choice or the PBQs. Um, Super easy. Okay, I promise you, you'll be able to pass both of these with ease. But let's go ahead and look at what these exam objectives look like, so that way you can see what we're doing here. So this is the core one. This is the core two. For the core one, it's going to say about the objective. It's going to tell you everything about it. So it's a required exam. Shows the number of questions, max of 90. It's going to show the multiple choice and the performance based. I meant performance, not personal. The performance based questions. It's going to be you have 90 minutes. You don't have any more than that. Don't worry about the recommended experience. It's stupid. And then this is your passing score. Core 2, as you can see, you need a little bit more to pass. It's 700 instead of 675. I promise you, the core 2 will be easier. It just will. The core 1, I got a higher score of. I was in the 850s. And then I got an 800 on the core 2. Um, the first one is pretty tough because of the PBQs, and also it's memorizing hardware, memorizing a lot of hardware. The second one's much easier because if you know your malware and if you know your command line interface, you will pass. Plain and simple. But let's go over some of the more physical things. So for the core one, 13% is going to be about mobile devices, 23% is networking, 25 is hardware, 11 is virtualization and cloud computing, and 28% is hardware and network troubleshooting. Focus on the troubleshooting. I promise you, that is going to be most of your questions, is how to troubleshoot all the stuff that you learned here. Now, how do you pass with no money involved? Obviously, you have to spend money to take the test, but how do you study for free? The way I did it was going through these while watching the Professor Messer videos. Go through the training course, make sure it's the most recent one, which is 1201 and 1202 training courses. Watch the videos, but go along with them. What a lot of people don't talk about with Professor Messer's videos is the fact that he actually goes through this list here. This list that I have right here. So the first video that he's going to have is going to be explaining this. Then the second video is mobile devices. And then, all the different stuff in mobile devices. And then the next few videos is networking. And then he goes through every single individual thing. So, like, if he's talking about ports and protocols, he's going through this in order. So follow along with them because it's an extra rule of engagement. You're engaging with him, you're engaging with this. It keeps your mind kind of going back and forth. That way you're not like, your brain isn't dying from boredom watching a YouTube video, right? He also will show you the physical aspects of it, which is why I highly recommend his course. Completely free, by the way. So yeah, just go along with him. He does the same thing for the core two. Core two, um, it's more evened out when it comes to the percentages. So like, you got to know a lot of everything. But I promise you, he goes through everything. You're going to need to know your workstation systems: Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Chrome OS. That's big. And the file system types. I got a lot of questions on the workstation systems and the file system types. A lot. A lot of troubleshooting boot, not a lot about the boot methods. Um, let's keep looking here. A lot of task manager stuff. A lot of device manager, like all of this. There's a lot of that. Really know your commands. That's a big one. Knowing your commands is gonna be what really gets you through this test. Um, he goes through all of them, Professor Messer, and he on top of that not only goes through all of them, but he also types them into a command line and shows you what they do, which is why he's the best. So please, 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 please look at his videos. They will be pretty big for you. All right. Next up, after you go through his videos, writing notes, what do you do next? You don't sign up for the test yet. I wouldn't say you're quite ready for the test once you do this. You will have the knowledge of it, but you won't quite understand what the questions are going to be like. Comptia will try to throw you off course the entire time. It's stupid. I actually don't like their way of testing, but there's nothing we can do about it. So, how do you get to know the kind of questions that are going to be thrown at you? This guy right here, Technical Institute of America. He has the Core 2 and the Core 1 practice questions, and it's going to be 100 of each. This guy's the GOAT. Every single one of his questions is in somewhere, some form in that test. Not every single one, but if the question's not on the test, it's going to be in a similar fashion. He's great. He will tell you everything you need to know. And on top of that, he does it very much how Comptia does it. So it's those, what's the best answer, that'll really throw you off. But he explains it as well, and he explains why the other questions are wrong, and it's 100 of them. So go through those, and then whenever you miss something, you do this. You miss a question, and you're like, well, shoot, what did I miss? Well, you go back here, and you see what you missed on here. And is it like, okay, I need to work on my networking because I missed a lot of networking questions. Then you do this. This is another practice test, except the questions are not like the CompTIA questions. They are just multiple choice to help you review what you're going to already be knowing from the Professor Messer videos. So once you do that, you're going to study, okay, I need to work on my networking. So then you're just going to scroll down. Okay, well, here I can learn about my OS installation. I can learn about Linux command line. Pretty much all the things you need to know. Notice how all of these, right, are once again from your objectives. This objective sheet shows you everything you need to know, and it's what's everything is based on. So go through these, and you'll be fine. All right? You just click on them, web browser security quiz, pulls up multiple choice questions, or in this case, true or false. But this is how you get through it. Okay? So, you do that. Officially, what you should do, if you're feeling confident and you're getting the questions right and you feel like you've retained the knowledge, set the test for a week from the day that you're confident. So, an entire week. The last week is going to be review. So, it should take you about 3 months to study, and then the review. Or a month for each test, depending on how you learn. If you're a slow learner, that's okay. But that's not an excuse to, fail. It's just you need to continue to put the work in on it. So I'm a slow learner. It took me forever to actually feel confident on this, but I got A's on both of them. So please, you're fine. Go through all of this again, especially more practice tests, all the practice tests you can find, and then a couple of days before your exam, last minute review from Tech Vault Academy. Huge. Tech Vault Academy is going to go through everything with these last minute reviews. And then once you go through those, the big thing happens. These saved me. They have videos showing all the PBQs. Every single one. Go through them. Go through every single personal based question that they have listed. 90% chance that you're going to see them on your test. They show the solutions and they show how you're going to be able to solve it, even if it's in a different format. So let's say the question's different, but it's in the same way. You're going to know how to solve it because they explain everything. I promise you, if you do everything that I just named, you will pass easily. Okay? There's so much you don't need to do. You don't need to spend money on a course. You don't need to spend money on practice tests. I did it both for free. I did both of them, passed them by a lot. I had 2 very good scores for free. Just do it. The biggest step is going to be getting over that confidence boost. All right. Y'all can stop the video now. That's pretty much everything that I have to say. Now I'm just going to go over some questions that are that I've seen or my experiences with them, but that's just my quick review of it. So, all right. Now, here's my experience with the 2 tests. The first one, it was more tricky than the second one. It was a lot of just cables, and the cable names are so similar. Wi-Fi types are so similar. Just don't let it trip you up. Really just get the names of stuff down. The second test, I think I passed only because of the practice exams. The practice exams are going to be huge for this one. Do the ones that I showed you. Everything's okay. Just take your time. The world's not rushing you. Your parents might be, or your friends, or the feeling that you need to get a job. But I promise you it'll be okay. Just take your time, get the info, and get it done. Super easy. And another thing is people are asking if the A+ is still necessary. It is. I wouldn't say it's necessary for a cybersecurity job. I wouldn't say that because taking the Security Plus certification kind of shows you know everything from the A+. But the A+ certification will get you an entry-level job. You need an entry-level job, A+, and know your Microsoft 360 and Office. That's it. So I promise, that's okay. This is worth it. The money, I would say, is worth it. Just do it. Okay? All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to leave you all alone now. Any questions, please comment down below. I can't believe I just said comment down below. Please comment down below. I'll 100% answer any questions you have. I'm an open book. I want to help y'all pass as much as I've been able to pass. I helped a couple buddies of mine pass. They passed with the same grades as me. Trust me. But all right, thank you so much. If I can stop this video.